How you doing? Welcome to my crowded desk, my keyboard, my what else do we see in here? Over here we got my pot of old not drippings, scrapings from from what? From cleaning shit. I got some fresh concentrate right here that you can't quite see, and it looks really black, but it's not as black as it looks because it's dense, it's thick, and lighting and shit like that. So I was sitting here drinking whiskey, as I do sometimes, and after, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 drinks or so, half a bottle at least of this, of said whiskey, Canadian whiskey. So you know, it's rye, it's the good stuff. No offense to you Kentucky people, but I can't drink that. But then you probably can't drink our Canadian whiskey, so we're even. So anyways, I was thinking I should do a video on fixing vaporizers. And I couldn't quite figure out how to set that up, how I was going to go about it. But then the whiskey said, just turn the fucking camera on, buddy, and shoot it. So here I am. So it appears this is more of a podcast than a video, since you haven't seen much other than my desk. There's my hand. See my hand? That's my hand. That's what a 60-some-odd-year-old hand looks like. So you 20-year-olds with your nice tight skin, this is the shit you got to look forward to. Oh, am I drinking noisily? Anyways, so the problem with most vaporizers, and I say most because I've experienced a hell of a lot of them, and they all seem to have one common problem. All of them seem to have one common problem. Now, I learned that with, let's start with this guy, this bad boy here. This is the Aris 8. Made by Aris Tech. It's got no freaking coil. So it's got no coil in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should turn it on. I push the button. The button is solid. Correct. I put its coil on. There it is. Coil's on. I push the button. Oh, sure, it's solid. Thanks a lot. I got the wrong coil. Somewhere I got a pooch coil. There's one way over here. Maybe it's it. But it's got a lot of concentrate on it, so maybe it's not. I put this coil on. I push the button. See how it's flashing? This is a bad coil. And that flashing tells you that. But when this first happened to me, when I first got this battery, I thought, the battery's pooched. I can't charge it. I put it on the charger. I put and then I try to use it, and it's not working. Well, it's the freaking coil. So if you got a battery that you think isn't charging, the first thing to do is try a different coil. Or in other types, by the way, the Aris 8, I really do like it. The CQ coils are clean, very nice for a nectar collector. And yeah, so that's the Aris 8. I took it back to the store, and the store wouldn't take it back. And so I just dicked around with it. And then I remembered back with my old favorites, the Yokan, what's that? Oh, that's the lid. The Yokan, what's this? The Hive. And with the Hive, I found, and my very first video of all time was just to send to the manufacturer to say, this is the problem I'm having with it. And the problem wasn't the coil. The problem wasn't the battery. The problem was how this was screwed on, this magnet. And that's all it is. It's just a magnet. And how it was screwed on. If it was too tight, it didn't connect. If it was too loose, it didn't connect. So you had to find the sweet spot to plug it in and for it to work. I can't see if there's a light there. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the light's over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's the light. It's not flashing. But I could make it flash by readjusting that. So if those are simple, you just have to adjust the tension on your coil. Actually, I didn't try with that coil. I said it didn't work. I didn't try to tweak its tension a little bit, a little less in there, a little tighter, a little looser, maybe it'll work. And then you got your 310s. No, 310 doesn't exist. Your 510. Check this baby out. This is an antique. I like this one because it had an input and output. You could charge your freaking phone with this thing. But it also had connection problems. And with the 510, I don't know if you can see that. Do I have there's a little better light. See that disc in there? See that little center post? Well, that post, I'll use this paper clip. And my phone's not set very well. I can't see. Where is it? Anyway, you get your paper clip in there, and you can... I can't see well what I'm doing because I'm sort of looking through my phone. And I generally use a magnifying glass. And I don't know if you're seeing... Well, you get the Q-tip under there, and you can lift this out. You can lift that right out. And you can adjust its height with that. So on these, a lot of times, if you screw your cartridge in too tight, then you're going to get, you screw your cartridge in too tight, it'll push this too far down. So you got to be careful of your connection. So don't disregard coils and such. If they're not working, try to tweak that connection a little bit. And I think I just covered them all. Maybe not. This is the Stealth. I'll tell you something funny about this Stealth. Is this one doing it? No. This one is fine. The Stealth has magnets on it. No. Yeah. The magnets are inside there. I don't know if you can see them. I'm not seeing them through this because the light's not right. Move the light. Now I'm just getting... there's two little dots in there they're the magnets. They're for the magnets. And there's two posts, and they're for the connector. These right here, I don't know if you can see again. I'm just hope. Oh, they're strong. Can you? Whoop! I just lost it. It just flew somewhere and stuck. I lost them both. Those were two magnets out of a Stealth. And I'm not sure, am I charging it? I'm not sure where that Stealth is. But it doesn't have magnets. And when I take the Stealth cartridge, where's one? When I take the Stealth cartridge out, the magnets are attached to these little posts. It comes right out of the Stealth. So to get them back in, you got to have it lined up properly. This one here has its own connection issues. Everything in there is fine. Everything here is fine. And then I slide it in as it's supposed to go. Click. There it is. I'm getting nothing. The battery indicates that it's charged. I'm getting no smoke, no e-juice out of this. If I take it, whack it on my desk from the white part down, I don't know if you can see that, but I got a healthy amount of smoke from that. Again, it's the connection. It has nothing to do with it being a bad battery. It has nothing to do with it being a bad cartridge. It has something to do with it being a bad fit for this particular cartridge. And since I'm just going to ramble here, the Stealth, which I really like the Stealth, but the Stealth comes with... Okay, we'll drop that one. This is the cartridge for the Stealth. These are non-refillable. I guess that means they're disposable cartridges. But if you take a paring knife, dangerous, and you find a purchase, and you wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, I've already done this one because that was way too easy. I've just taken the bottom off. This is now a refillable. So I can take my juice bottle and I can whip the lid off, and I can fill this guy. I'm trying to do this. I can't really see what you're seeing because my eyesight is so bad. I can fill this. Whoop, 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 whoop. Where are we? There we are. Am I inside? I hope so. I'll be pouring this all over my hand. Come on now. I can't be inside. This isn't filling. Oh, there it is. It is filling. Oh, it's filling too much. And then back goes on this bottom piece. I did one of these and it kept leaking, and I said, geez, I must have damaged that somehow. Can't figure out what the deal was. And after refilling it like 3 or 4 times and it leaking and me just putting up with it, turned out the whole side of it was cracked. And I didn't notice. I don't notice a lot of shit, you know. It's kind of why I'm single, you know. This girl put on a girl, I guess woman, I should say, make a dress and wear it out on a date. Well, I had no idea that she made the dress. Yeah, sure, she looked nice. That's why I'm going out with her. But I didn't say anything. I didn't acknowledge her dress and stuff. She got really pissed off. So, yeah, I got that problem. I also got the problem with, oh, do these jeans make me look fat? And I say, well, I don't think it's the jeans, you know. So, yeah, keeps me single. Where's this thing? Here it is. Okay, well, that's not the same one that was broke. Slap her on in there. I don't know if you can see that, but it works. The stealth. The stealth is a wonderful thing. Now, I don't know. We got this guy, you know, the headbanger. Any problems I've had with the headbanger? I don't think so. I had one where the button broke, but I think that was that. And there's no real connection part with this. I guess you could screw that in too tight or not tight enough. Big part about this is these guys, let me get this tube out, down in here. Can you see? Where's my finger? Oh, there it is. I lost my finger. Down in here, it'll get gummy. So you have to use a, what do you call those things? A pipe cleaner. Remember? Pipe cleaners. They were created for cleaning tobacco pipes way back in the dark ages. And now they call them, what the hell do they call them now? They're not pipe cleaners now. You buy them at the dollar store and they're called something. I don't know what they're called, but they're not pipe cleaners. So I started getting on all this connection thing because I bought this guy and it wasn't working. This is a Yokan Evolve 2.0. And if you know me, you know I'm a big fan of Yokan. Yokan has not made a bad product as far as I know so far. But, whoa, look, the light's on. This has 3 cartridges. This particular cartridge is for e-juice. You got another cartridge which has a larger diameter in its receptor hole, or whatever you call it, where the juice goes into the coil. It's got a bigger one, so it's good for thicker. And this is some CBD oil. And it also has, oh, geez, that just stuck to that pot of concentrate, and that's not good. Okay, and this one, it's a dual coil. Say the damn words, boy. It's a dual coil concentrate thing. Now, they didn't make it easy to get these things off. There's no purchase point. But the lid, oh, there it is. The lid comes off, and I know, you probably can't see. What if I shined a flashlight on there, you'd be able to see, or if it's just me that's not seeing. Can you see it? It's got concentrate in there, so you probably can't see that it's... There's 2 coils down there anyways. They're the typical, wire coiled coils. So you put your dabs in there, you put your lid on, and away you go. So you got 3 different, there's one more over there. 3 different, and I think I'm going to have some of that CBD because it's very nice. I don't know if it's me and my method, but I did some CBD concentrate, and it just will not solidify. It's runny as hell, and it won't solidify. At the same time, I made this, which isn't CBD, and yes, it's dark, I know. Exact same time, and it's getting there. By morning, this is going to be pull and snap. So there's something about CBD that, but anyways, where'd that go? Come back here. So this has CBD in it, and as you can see, it's not flashing. But if this was just a little off, it would flash. And there, now it's good. So, and that is so nice. But there is a downside. That works very, very nice. I like it very much. Thank you, I say. Now, you'll see on the bottom of this, and I can see that you can see, this little disc in the center is the magnet. Which one's this? No, that's the concentrate. It's fine. Where's the CBD one? No, I already did it. Here. This one, the e-juice one. So I put the e-juice one in. The light will go green when it connects. And there you go. It connects. And it's working. So I'll puff on that a little bit. And it works. And I take it out. And there it happened. Now there's just a gaping hole. The magnet is in here. And it's a bitch to get back out. I could just put this right back in, and it should just, if I can line it up, it says it's working, and it's working. But if I try to put something else, and this is where I learned this, so then you put this guy in, and you try to puff on it, and you're going to get the flashing light. This thing doesn't work, and that's because that magnet is blocking this magnet from blocking those connectors from getting down. So it's, at this moment, the only one I can use is this. Now, I set that there. Now we're going back to podcast because I have nothing to show you. I'm only going to talk and drink this drink. Yeah. Yocan has always been very, very good. I have had very few complaints with Yocan. Now, of course, it's mass-produced. You're going to get some bad units. But on the most part, Yocan is reliable. And if you get a bad unit, your retailer should exchange immediately. They should recognize the problem or know the solutions. I had to school my supplier right now, my current supplier. I had to school them on this connection issue, because I had bought the actually I had sent someone in to buy the Ares 8. They bought the Ares 8, and the one they had a bad button on it. So they took it back, and they exchanged it, as they should, but they gave me the one with the bad coil, and I thought it had a bad charge. I took it back. And if they knew their shit, they would have said, yeah, it's got, it's just a bad coil. Here, we'll give you another coil. There, it works. Thanks. Okay. Everybody's happy, except for that delay in your gratification. But still, everybody's happy. Well, when I took this one back, they said, well, we sent the one with the button back and they won't do shit about it, so we can't do shit about this because we're losing money. And I think, well, then don't have a business. If you're worried about a few bucks, don't have a business because you're not going to make it anyways. That was my thought. If I had a shop, I'd stand by everything I sold. If somebody kept coming back over and over and over and over again with the different units wanting a replacement, then I'd start to suspect that person. But, you should build up some kind of gravitas, and they should know you're not abusing them. Although I may abuse them because are these made to use continuously? I puff on a vape for nicotine, or I puff on a vape for THC, or I puff on a vape for CBD all day long. I'm retired. I got nothing better to do. I mean, it's not that I don't have anything better to do. I have a lot of time. I'm sitting at my desk a lot. I'm online a lot, and my hands are idle. And I'm 60 some odd, right? So back when I was your age, youngster, I used to, bank lineups. You'd have ashtrays at every, those ropes they have that had ashtrays at every pillar. I mean, we could smoke on airplanes. We were smokers. That was the thing. Smoking was cool, depending on how you did it. I mean, if you held it like a Nazi, no, smoking's not cool. But, if you're leaning against the building and you're having a smoke, then, there is some cool involved in that. Now, that was in our day. Now, smoking's not cool at all. And I don't smoke anymore. I say I don't smoke anymore. Meanwhile, I'm making videos about blowing smoke. I only vape now. And is that better or worse? They say it's better, but it's as worse, So I don't know. No, look, there's my drink. Look at that. That is one big glass of... I poured this one. See that color? That's a rye and ginger ale. It's a pretty light rye. It's Centennial. It's a very nice rye. I like it a lot. But it's a light in color. And ginger ale's light in color. So that golden... Hey, this color here, this golden color? Can you really see it? That is the color of a good cannabis wash if you're making alcohol-based cannabis extraction. Piss yellow. A nice golden piss yellow. A healthy piss yellow is what you're looking for. Anyways, this is, and the stuff that I made here, this was not a piss yellow. This was a thick honey. It's a little darker. Maybe I soaked it too long. I do a 4 or 5 minute wash. And I've only now just switched from grain alcohol to ISO. But it's a medical grade ISO, 98.9% pure. And I'm not really noticing any difference. Even the smell. This batch came out of the hopper. I said, I'm smelling it and smelling it and smelling it, trying to smell the ISO, and I couldn't. So, and the flavor's the same as it always was. I'm wondering about the consistency. It seems to be a little thinner. Maybe ISO doesn't evaporate off as fast. But I digress. Oh, what a surprise. Good whiskey. I digress. Anyways, I pulled one of these out, and there was a magnet stuck to each post. And now those magnets, I don't know, they're somewhere around this phone stand or something. I had them in my hand, and they flew over this direction. And I heard them go clink, clink, like they stuck. Oh, what's this here? Oh, they stuck to each other. And they were underneath a paper towel. And they're right there. Right there. They're there. Whoop, now they're stuck to this. They're everywhere. There they are. Those two little magnets. That's two magnets. Those two magnets fit inside here. But without the magnets, it still works without the magnets. It just doesn't hold together. You turn it upside down, it falls out. So, and that's from the Aris. And that was a really old Aris. I used that one for a few months. One would think they would last longer than a few months, but, you know, considering that I've been reusing their coils and they're supposed to be disposable, I guess it all evens out. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm clearing off a path here so I can pull out my coil. Here we are. This is what a box full of, over there. Whoop, 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 waggle that phone. There, that's a box full of stealth pods. And each and every one of these I can refill. And I can refill these with CBD oil and it will burn. That is a good thing to know. Oh, I just knocked over my loaded. Let's move over to the loaded. What the hell? Let's talk about it. I did a video on all of these, but this is the loaded. This is probably my all-time favorite, only because, let me find out, how do I get in here? There it is. Where's the door? There. It's got this big mofo. Is that the one I have? Yeah. That's a 4-coil. Can you see them in there? Probably not. I can't see them in there because they're covered in oil. That's a 4-coil burner. Yeah, sure. 4-coil burner. That works for me. That's your party size. You can stick a whole freaking gram in that. And puff all night. This is a very strong battery. It lasts a long time. Down in the bottom here, there's a silicone pod you can put your concentrates in, but that's just a pain in the ass. You're better off just, you know, carrying them in a separate pod. What else about this? It has 2 coils that fit in there. The one's a smaller single burner for your personal use. This tip goes down, but it's a pain in the ass because, you know, the same motion of turning it up is the same motion of unscrewing that part. So you really have to jam that on for that part to work. The whole, can we get the whole thing in here? The whole design is very robot dick-like, or if you want to get off color, this could be used as a sexual aid, though I don't recommend it because there's this great big hole in it. And who knows what's going to get in there, though, you know, I'd still smoke it. Was that too much information? I'm gonna smoke some more just to distract.